Last week on Titans of CNC, I got Jerry bringing the machines in.
Now it feels like an open environment and everything is new.
This is, this is unbelievable.
It's like a Ferrari.
The program's going to give me the tools that I need to be successful.
We're in Switzerland, this is crazy.
He started to get into lubricants and greases.
So you're inventing these processes and equipment.
Titan wanted the wall built. He's going to put some simulators on it.
This is going to be our simulator station all the way down.
The vision is becoming a reality. There's a huge portion of our workforce retiring in the next few years. We're dealing with robotics and automation and new tools, and everything's getting machined at record speeds. Every month, new tools are coming out. Every year, the entire industry is getting bigger and better and faster. Manufacturing education has never been so important. It was important for me to figure out a way to actually come up with parts that mattered, that taught the students through repetition. Each employee will be given a certain amount of tools. You might have backup like in here,
Gotcha.
right?
Trade out if it
But
goes
you have
bad.
1/2 inch and you have 1 inch. And what I'm gonna do, like, there's a million tools you can do, but what I'm doing is I'm designing the curriculum to use the tools that are in the library. You know what I mean? Education is my passion. I get to speak at different schools, conventions all across the nation. I get to go to all these amazing companies. I get to see the processes, and I get to look at employers, and they tell me exactly what they need from a young machinist coming in. I actually run a job shop. Not just a job shop, but an aerospace job shop where we're making the most difficult parts imaginable out of the toughest materials on the planet. These prints right here, this stack of prints, this is the first ever educational series put out by Titans of CNC, a curriculum that works. And I'm calling it the building blocks. We're gonna change how everyone looks at advanced manufacturing education. This show is dedicated to all the builders out there, working in their garages, in schools, and in shops. This is a different type of show. Watch and learn as we teach and inspire you. It's real, raw, and life-changing. Throughout this season, from the ground up, we're building a school right inside San Quentin Prison, taking rehabilitation to a whole new level. We're working with autistic students, working with vets, working with schools and companies all across this great nation. This is an American journey. We are Titans of CNC.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to clear plastic it so they can see through it, and then we'll shrink wrap it. They might get some new stuff. Let's see if we can see the tools. There we go. Right now, we're going to try to secure these tools. We got to transport them from inside the prison, outside the prison. We got to shrink wrap them with something clear because it's got to go through a custody gate, and they got to make sure there's no inmates inside here, and then we'll take it out to another program. This might be a rodeo. What holds these things on here? That's what we want to make sure doesn't happen. This might be a fight, so you're gonna have to seal up the bottom pretty good.
When I accepted the challenge to rebuild the CNC machine shop in San Quentin Prison, it wasn't just about the shop. It was about absolutely changing the game. And every decision, whether it's big or small, is based on that. Now I'm designing the new tool crib. When you come into my tool crib right here, we also have 1 million tools. Every drawer that you open, you'll see a vast selection of different tools. And that's simply because over the years, I've built up my library. So when you look at the building blocks, lots of different parts, lots of different features, and yet to make all the features and all the parts, you simply need 16 tools. Makes it easy, makes it efficient, and it makes it affordable. These fundamental tools will teach each student more than just the basics. From machining simple parts to complex aerospace parts. Next on Titans.
For the first time in 5 years that I've been incarcerated, light has come into my future.
If we wanted a little drama, we got it.
Here he brings in these two huge behemoths.
I'm just hoping we can get it into the big shop.
One decision in a matter of seconds can end everything.
My curriculum is going to teach these guys how to design their own parts on day one. The following is brought to you by Kennametal.
All the material come in, we're gonna enclose the front, get rid of the chain link, and we're gonna set in security glass. Here's the windows that they're building right now.
That's a beefy window right
Ooh, so good, man.
And then your stop will go in here. So let's go take a walk out there and I'll show you where this is all going.
Thank you.
All right.
When you guys put the wall, can we paint the white out here also?
Yeah.
Do they? Well, it's kind of white over there, right?
Yeah, we can change whatever
So like
color.
over here, let's just make this so it's all white
Okay.
to the end. So it's just like white.
Okay, yeah, we'll cut it in from the pillar to pillar and we'll have this just all brand new white.
That'd be awesome.
Each one of these panels right now, there's 4 little sections that'll have a window in it. We're gonna have a big roll gate. We gotta build it, frame it up, and it's gonna roll the same way. It's gonna have 2 windows in that. Little narrower though.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to bring the height up too so we can get these equipment in.
How wide is it gonna be?
We're gonna leave the same opening, the same width.
Okay. So on the 24th, we got those 5-axis machines coming.
Oh, I gotta get it up, get it ready to go. I'm
make
hoping to
so
have
good.
a couple sections by then up, so that's awesome. All right.
How are you, man?
Good, you?
Oh,
All right.
it's coming together.
Yeah, it is, Big difference from last year, huh?
Oh, I know. On the 24th, the 5-axis machines are coming.
Oh, okay.
Big ones.
My parents came from Nicaragua. Everything that they couldn't accomplish, they wanted me to accomplish. My dad didn't go to college. They wanted me to go to college or have a career. And so I greatly disappointed my parents through my negative choices.
Yeah, it's looking nice. I can't even picture how it looked before when you first got here.
Oh, I know.
I got sentenced to 8 years to life in prison. I felt a lot of fear. I didn't know what prison would be like. I thought I would potentially lose my life. I was constantly nervous and worried about what I was gonna do upon my release. Being in this program, that completely changed my life. For the first time in 5 years that I've been incarcerated, light has come into my future. I look forward to taking care of my 6-year-old daughter, taking care of my parents who are getting older, taking care of my sister who has mental illness, being in their lives, loving them, and making them proud.
It's gonna be all like super nice windows. It even, you know, not only for safety reasons, but like, it just adds a class to it. Like, kind of makes it classy, right? Like, it's just super nice. Like it would be on the outside.
And it's
super
gonna
good.
stand out compared to the other shops around here.
It's like we said from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It was like the vision.
Right.
Oh.
It's looking nice.
Okay.
All right.
Cool, brother.
See you.
About 2 weeks ago, I saw my 6-year-old daughter. She came to visit me here in the institution. And she's so big, she's so smart. She was only 8 months when I left and came to prison. And I look forward to making my daughter proud. I want her to look at me and be somebody that she looks up to, someone that she can come to when she needs help, when she needs advice, when she's going through a difficulty. She is a big reason for why I want to better myself, my life, and why I want a good future. My daughter's everything to me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Titan from Titans of CNC. I'm here in my production facility in front of a 5-axis machine where we're milling some Inconel parts. An end mill is just roughing through this incredibly hard nickel-based material. An end mill is a standard tool that you put up into a spindle. It has different flutes on it. Some have 2 flutes, 3 flutes, 4 flutes, 6 flutes, 7 flutes, 9 flutes, 13 flutes, depending on the material and technique you're using to make that cut. This is a standard 3-flute end mill from IMCO Tools. This is good for cutting aluminum. We also have a big old beast of a cutter right here. This is a 7-flute coated end mill. The corners are radiused, and where this end mill cut aluminum, a soft material, this bad boy cuts titanium, steel, Inconel, Monel, just tough materials. So one of the critical things in manufacturing is understanding the process in making any part. The first thing we have to do is start out with a blank piece of material. We take the face mill and we cut it. Once the top surface is complete and you've established that Z datum, we come in with an end mill. And the end mill actually drops down and actually profiles around, shaping the part perfectly to print. Once the end mill is done and you have the shape of your part, you can move forward with drilling. In aluminum, we run hard and fast with the RPMs jacked up. But when you run tougher steels, you drop the RPMs down.
When you look at this facility, you see chain link fence. I wanted something different. I wanted a wall painted white with actual windows set into that wall, so that the students, when coming in, would feel like they were entering a real job, just like on the outside. This is the future of rehabilitation.
All right, so today is an exciting day. We're outside the gates at San Quentin Prison. It's Christmas again. We got two UMC 750 SS super speed machines, 5-axis machines. We gotta make sure that the machines can actually fit through the doorway. So you literally have a couple inches of a gap from the machine to the top of the doorway. And then we gotta put these rollers under these very heavy machines and squeeze them right through that door. So if we wanted a little drama, we got it, because we're not sure if we're gonna make it, but it's an amazing day. Let's check it out.
I give a call to Titan, and I'm like, Titan, I know we wanted more machines. What do you want? And I don't even think I said, what do you want? It was like 2 UMC 750 super speeds, boom. And Titan basically says, that's the next level.
When these guys can design, program, and machine their own components on those 5-axis machines, they can get a job anywhere.
I'm just hoping we can get it into the big shop.
Dude, I sent this 6 weeks
I
ago
know.
and you said we're good, so it's going in today, right now.
Okay.
I've raised the door into the shop, knowing that we needed to match the door on the front of the shop. We were kind of wondering if we were going to have to maybe cut out some concrete and try to get, maybe drop it in through the back wall, maybe demo some areas, get it in.
I gave you this paper and you looked at it and you said, yes, Titan, we can get it in.
There's no way it's going in right there.
9-foot opening. Then this one's 9 foot also. So
Titan, what's the machine?
What?
the height is 10 foot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
It's not gonna be easy,
if
but
you
we'll
don't,
get it.
if you don't do it right now,
Yeah, it ain't going
it's not
in.
going, man.
Hey, get ready to demo.
Next on Titans.
What's with all the drama?
We're gonna be getting a new set of skills to use when we get out.
They handcuff us through the cell through here.
It's more of a rose color,
That's
man.
what I was thinking. It ain't totally pink.
The following is brought to you by IMCO Carbide End Mills.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
It's not gonna be easy,
if
but
you
we'll get
don't,
it.
if you don't do it right now,
Yeah, it ain't going
it's
in.
not going, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We can do it. I'm just got to cut out a thing today, which ain't no problem. I just got to get maintenance to give me the green light on it. You want to go look?
Yeah.
There's no way it's going in right there.
9 foot opening. Then this one's 9 foot also.
Titan, what's the machine?
The height is 10 foot.
It's 98 inches.
Oh, 98. Oh, we might. I don't know why you guys got to make it harder than it is. Holy smokes. Maybe I shouldn't have had that last beer last night.
I know. How many
10 foot.
inches? Yeah,
20
90 inches. 90 inches. Okay, tall.
Let's go this way.
9 foot 1, I think. How many inches? Here's your inches right here.
Oh, all day long, man.
What are we
you
worried
crying?
about?
I don't know, man.
How about mine?
Let's go to the other door out down here to the machine shop.
What's the width?
90.
Oh, we got plenty of room. What do you need? What's with all the drama? I knew it was going to go in the whole time. I just wanted these guys to panic a little bit. You know, they're getting too comfortable of being used to everything going right.
So over here, we have a 5th axis machine. We're able to hit 5 different sides of a part or more depending on the complexity all at the same time, which gets rid of unnecessary setups.
Push, push, push.
So on a 5-axis machine, you still have the X is across, the Y-axis is to the back of the machine, the Z is coming down, just like on the 3-axis, but now it's all about the table.
Who built that door, man? That was a good idea.
Woo! So the table rotates on these joints right here. The table pops up here and pops up on the other side. That's B-axis. The table rotates in a circle, and that's the C-axis.
Turn it this way a little.
So it's X, Y, Z, B, C axis. The first UMC 750, we got it right here, and then the second 750 is going over here. So when you come through that door, you'll see my 2 big babies right there, right next to each other. The twins, 5-axis. On that one over there, the spindle just comes up and down, and the table moves, and that's your Z, your X, and your Y. Okay. Then this table actually, on these joints right here, the table goes up, like this, like and then it spins. The table spins in a circle as it goes up. It's like this. But this one, instead of just going up and down, this one does everything that one does, just the top goes this way.
Here he brings in these 2 huge behemoths. The shop transformed.
Now, I wasn't really expecting those 5-axis machines. Those are big machines. I'm really excited to learn how to use one of those because, you know, my main goal is to get out there, maybe be an entrepreneur, create a part that makes, you know, a difference.
Seeing everything that Titan has promised, and not only promised, but has accomplished also, I'm confident that I would be able to be with a good company operating CNC machines.
We're starting with a clean slate, new technology, new machines. We're gonna be getting a new set of skills to use when we get out.
So this one, I want to get in line with this one over here. Let it overhang this line just a little bit.
Right there's the
Yeah. So you got that.
So when the people come in here and they see this, it's gonna be reconstruction from the old to the new, from the past to a great future.
So when looking at the building blocks, each part was strategically designed to teach a specific skill. Is 10 parts. And then when looking at all 10 parts, we've actually created 3 different prints. The first print shows the basic shape. The next print shows the threads or the holes. And then the final print takes the part complete. The first part, we call it the Titan 1M. It starts off as a basic rectangle. We add threaded holes, and then the pockets in. Going to the second part is the Titan 2M. It's similar to the first part, but now we have chamfered edges, and the pockets are open-ended. Part 3, we go to a circle and we add an O-ring groove. Part 4 is a triangle, but we have a radial keyway groove. Part 5 starts off as a circle, ends up as a star with engraving. Part 6 is a circle also, but now we have islands. Part 7 has a unique shape, but now we deal with mirroring your part because specific features are mirrored on the top and bottom of the part. Part 8 was created simply by the thought, let's make a unique shape. We made binoculars, we made pockets, but now we have an inside radial O-ring groove. And then part 9 completely steps the game up. We're adding in 3D surfacing or multi-axis milling, where we take a round or ball end mill and we walk up a 3D surface, milling a unique shape. Last but not least, I thought we'd have some fun. This part right here represents an actual aerospace part that would assemble to a rocket. And that's why we introduced the honeycomb technique. It makes for a strong and very light component that we use in aerospace every day. Building the curriculum alone is a huge task. I recently hired an engineer named Billy, and all he does all day long is create content for the curriculum. I hired more editors, I hired a bigger team, and now we're working on a website to finish off our master plan. The curriculum is going online, Titans of CNC Academy, for free.
We've got 11 dedicated carts for each mill. We've got a whole bunch of dedicated carts for each lathe. I'm kind of right now the tool inventory guy. So, you know, we got to be accountable for everything coming in. It does look good. We got parallels galore. I just, you know, just to put them there. Day in and day out, I'm over there doing a little bit each day, getting this shop set up for the opening of the instruction and begin that learning. Because once you have those skills, I will be employable for the rest of my life.
Hewitt.
I was calling it Hoot, but we'll go with Hewitt. Every other day coming to work was like a mini Christmas because it's just so new and exciting. You know, that's all I'm thinking about up in my cell all evening.
It's actually been a pretty slow day in here right now. Usually we come in, there's people everywhere. It's like you're navigating everybody, man. It's hectic to come off of work and then get in here. It's like everything's amped up. So these are holding cages. If something happens, this is where they take us. They put us inside these holding cages, lock us in. They open the door, we get in, they lock us in. They handcuff us through the cell through here. So usually they'll put 3 people in each one, then they got a couple on the backside. All the phone calls are right here. Yeah. Every 50 minutes the phone will shut off on you. They give you like a
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2-minute
4
warning.
minutes.
This call is being recorded, and so it interrupts you the whole way through, man.
The whole top bunk is mine. So I lay down and I do my schoolwork on here. Got my school books, dictionaries, highlighters and stuff. I can show you some of the food that we eat. Rice, we got fish, meat logs, garlic powder, minced onion, jalapenos. We got cheese with chips and beans with some jalapenos, make some nachos.
So this is kind of the honor unit for death row. It's above us. So we have the 5 tiers, and then above us is death row. So if they'll open this gate, and then they'll open that door, and there's actually another door on the other side. So there's 3 doors just to get into this piece of the unit. Any recreation they get is inside of a cage, a big cage up on top of the roof.
Oh, really? So they're on the roof and then in a cage?
In a cage.
And that's
in a
just
cage.
so like they can't jump off?
So they can't jump off, they can't, yeah.
Can you see the bay? Can you see the
I
bay?
don't know, I've never been up there, I don't want to find out.
Next on Titans.
I need a few guys that can help teach the class.
Not just training people, but training people how to be successful.
I've been running through Titan every time he shows up. It's like he's a friend.
The following is brought to you by Autodesk.
This is my only locker with my clothes. All the cosmetics we just put on one shelf, and the food, we kind of share the food. And this is my program in the morning. Wake up every morning and start boiling some water, get some coffee. Got to have the coffee. All right. As you can see, there's not much privacy, man. It's just when you use the bathroom, your roommate's here. We keep our food in the buckets down here. You can slide it out, and this is our food. Mostly we just have sausages and fish. You keep towels under everything so it doesn't scratch the floor. My pink floor. So.
Well, it cooks water, right? But like you can cut up your meat, right? You can cut up your meat, and then you can get pork rinds, seasonings, onions, bell peppers, and you throw them in here with water. You add your seasonings, and then you cook it up, so it'll like a slow cooker. And we can get some pretty good hygiene, you know, to shower with, and you just gotta buy it just to wash clothes. We gotta wash everything by hand. Vaseline lotion, and then your shower shoes. You don't wanna go in there barefoot. It'll be bad. You go in the shower barefoot, you're gonna catch something for sure.
So the shower area, it's a little bit different, a little tore up. The shower head's so close. I don't even remember what it's like to shower by myself, man. Like we can't, after this 4 shower head, we can't shower in these showers. If you're white, you can't go in those showers.
You can buy clothes, and it's all stuff that people have in the streets, you know? Chocolates, if you like sweets. And then they got the coffee in here too.
Oh man, every time I go up these stairs, I feel older and older.
You know, he's getting his, you got your combo right there.
Did you? Okay. This is security breach, security breach. So it's kind of easy to get up. You just use your upper arm, and then you're up on your bunk. And then this is your life when you're up here. So you kind of, when you're living in a small confined space, you have to be conscious of your celly space. And so, fortunately, I was in the military when I was young. I was 17 years old when I went to boot camp. And so I used that experience to lean on. And so the transitional period was difficult, but wasn't that difficult for me to realize that I was gonna be confined, to realize that I wasn't gonna come and go as I please.
Batteries, they got razors. They sell us razors here. Toothbrushes, and then they sell sweets, like honey buns, peanut butter wafers. Oh, we already ate them. But yeah, I mean, you can trade stuff, like the fan. It's like 30 bucks. I mean, anything is basically currency as long as it works and somebody is willing to get it, you know? They can get it off of you for less than they can get it out of the package, and yeah, they'll do that.
And then I have my own company, and I used to be in prison.
You say that other part again?
I said I used to have a 16-year sentence. I didn't do all 16 years, but I understand. I used to be bad, man. And now I take that aggression and I put it into these crazy $200,000 machines because I got that fearlessness. But now instead of hitting people,
he's a success story.
You know what I mean? I put it into CNCs.
I'm looking at it. Hey, you mean I stripped
I'm just here to inspire, man.
I stripped the hand of a successor?
No, man. I'm just here. I'm just one of the guys.
My show of choice, yesterday there wasn't too much on, but Mondays you got Gotham. Today we got Blind Spot. But yeah, as you can see, we've maximized the space. We have total utilization. These are called installations, obviously. There's installations that we have constructed with cardboard and ingenuity.
The following is brought to you by Royal Products.
Come on in, I'll show you a little
nice
bit.
Oh, look at that. It's more of a rose color,
That's
man.
what I was thinking. It ain't totally pink, right?
You know what I mean?
I've spent more time in this cell than I did on the streets.
Yeah.
You know, coming in at 16, and so like this is my home. This is where I grew up, and I had to struggle with those emotions, and there was nobody there for me to talk to or that I felt that I could trust. And when that door closed, it was just being alone. It was dark. I remember praying for God to take my life, that I didn't want to live anymore. Inside here, it's so hard to connect with people. And so being able to leave here, leave this building, this madness, and like be able to go down there and just focus on doing something with my life.
I see it, man. You're like, you know, you have something about you, man. You know when somebody says they got presence, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you're a natural leader. You've really like seriously, you've helped me make the whole thing possible.
I wanted people to know that I wasn't a bad person, that I made a tragic decision. I want people to understand, I want young people to understand that literally one decision that you make in a matter of seconds can end everything, including life. And I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to live life again on the outside, or to be able to get to know my family on the outside.
I don't know all other things, but you've been here for 20 years, and I think that even everybody who would get to know you, who knew you now, even families that didn't like you before, I think that they would be proud of you because you are a good man. You're a good man.
Thank you. When I was a young kid, my grandparents used to come pick me up every summer, and I used to go fishing with my grandfather up by the Oregon coast. There's a beach up there, it's called Agate Beach. And on this beach, there's a little plateau that sits in the middle of the beach. And I used to climb up the back of it and watch my grandfather fish out into the surf. And I think when I'm able to get out and go back to that moment and climb up that little plateau and sit on it and steer out over that ocean, that the hurt and pain that I've put so many people through, that I've put myself through, that'd be my moment. I think I'll never feel more complete in my life than that moment. And I think about that moment every day.
Hello, my name is Chris Davala. I'm here at Roush Yates Manufacturing, and today we're going to show you a little bit about fixturing using some Mighty Bite vacuum plates. So the problem that we were having, we used to run these little parts one at a time. The last thing you want to do is stand in front of your machine and have to load a part every 5 minutes. So as a programmer, I wanted to come up with a better solution so we could run more parts at once. So what we did, we took this Mighty Bite vacuum plate, which is a plate that seals with this O-ring. You flip a switch, it sucks down a vacuum with some air. We put these plates on there. So we took the Mighty Bite pit bowl clamps and the locating rails. We put our parts in right here. I had a very limited space to work in, so what I did is I put 2 clamps pushing this way and 2 clamps pushing this way, so we have opposing clamps pushing up against these rails to locate the parts. And we lock them in with the pit bowl clamps. We cut a little pocket in here to get the height just right, so we have enough room for our cutter to get over top of it. We torque everything very precisely. That way our parts don't move around and they stay perfectly flat. Once we put them in, as you can see, they're definitely not going to fall out of there. We use these 2 precision dowel pins on the back that locate right here. We put these on here, And while this operation is running, we can load our second operation while the machine's doing the work for us. So we have these pockets cut in the second operation so they match the part perfectly. We use the Mighty-Bite Uniforce clamps, which puts opposing pressure. So we put our parts in. When we tighten our clamps, the clamp forces the part out, holding it down. Again, we torque it very precisely so the part does not distort. When we're done running that first operation, we take our plate off, put it over here, put our second operation in. While this part is running, we bring this plate back over and we load it while the part is in cycle. And that's how we use automation to keep jobs in the US and be smarter about manufacturing.
Hey, I brought a gentleman here, Gordon Starr. I want you to meet
Gordon,
Titan, Gilroy.
Nice to meet you, man.
Mike Valdez, head of education, Sacramento.
Mike Valdez.
This guy's got some CNC skills. He's worked in machine shops. I think he might have owned one, but I'm going to let him tell you a little bit. He's
Awesome.
kind of.
You had your own shop?
I've built up 4 machine shops or manufacturing facilities in my lifetime. 2 of them from the ground up. I was in Stockton. I was a cell living. Coming back from group, I picked up a San Quentin newspaper. I read about Titan training people using the latest, greatest high-speed machinery in shops. I thought that if I could get transferred to San Quentin, that maybe I could be a part of this in whatever capacity I could. Shops now, so.
How much time you got?
I've got 40 to life.
40 to life? I need a few guys that can help teach the class and be here and be part of this whole thing for a long term. You know what I mean? Let me show you a little bit about what we're doing here.
Oh, yes, I'd love to. I think that Titan is doing something that's going to be revolutionary here. Not just training people, but training people how to be successful, learn a trade, and use that trade to build better lifestyles.
BF2SS is right here. So you know mills and lathes?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm very grateful that somebody is doing what he's doing. It gives me the hope that I can actually do something more in this world that's worthwhile.
Every day that I walk into San Quentin prison, I get more excited. The shop is amazing. What has transpired in this CNC machine shop is truly remarkable. But as I watch the shop get closer to the point where it's a full functioning school, I've actually been letting more guys into the program. And there's a lot of men that want to get into the shop.
I remember thinking he was very approachable, actually. Kind of seemed just like one of the guys. And I'm just inspired. I'm just inspired and I'm thankful and I'm happy that I have this opportunity. It really gives me hope that I can get out and I can do something with my life.
Ever since this program been open, I've been running to Titan every time he shows up, and we always, it's like he's a friend. And I just enjoy seeing the guy. Every time he comes through here, it gets me pumped up. Knowing that he had been to prison and his life changed when he learned this trade. And it shows me that it's possible I can do the same thing. Go out there and have a better life.
We started out with 12 guys, but as the days go on, we're adding one here, we're adding one there. We're getting this guy, getting that guy. Next week, we have tables coming, and we have 30 computers showing up. They were donated by Microsoft for this program. The teaching is about to happen right here at San Quentin Prison. Titans of CNC going down. Boom. Next week on Titans of CNC.
When I think about training you guys, I want to make you valuable.
We're walking step in step with what it takes to be relevant outside.
Just watch the video, and then we're going to go through and actually draw the part.
It's a lot easier than having to go through a book.
Actually seeing the machine work for the very first time, I want to see more.
Every day that I'm here, I'm trying to really maximize the potential of this program.
I was kind of scared to touch it because I don't want to break so.
The one time you mess up, you're out of the program.